What's up? You guys are good? Please, you guys should join the live. Today, I want us to talk about this trending issue online that has to do with Churchill and her and his exes, or should I say, his estranged wife Rosie Mureur and ex-wife Tonto Dike. A lot is happening. A lot is happening with regards to those two people, or those three people. A lot is happening. And in the course of this live, I'm going to be reading some of Churchill's, public posts he made on his Instagram page just today. And in this video, I will go to tell you the length to which men can really actually embarrass or disgrace women. Yeah, because there is no better way to describe all what is happening with Churchill and his estranged wife. There is no better way. Yeah, because a man like him who has been through what he has been, I would expect he has a better approach or better way of handling things. But it seems as though over time. Hi, welcome to my live. Please join my live video and also do well to like. Thank you. I'm going to be reading some of his the Facebook post Churchill made with regards to his estranged wife Rosie Murray. You guys should recall that some couple of days, like 2-3 days ago, there were speculations like from blogs like Linda Ikeji, Stella de Mokokos, that Rosie Murray had filed for a divorce, and she even went ahead to do like a teaser video. Hi Veris, nice to meet you. Please subscribe to my channel. Rosie Murray went ahead to make a video that thank you so much, I love you too. Rosie Murray went ahead to make a video, speculating that she has moved on to new things. In fact, she's back in the acting scene, and she indulged everyone to patronize her, call her for movie roles and all the like. So the whole thing was quite confusing, because in the course of doing that video, thank you so much, I appreciate. Please subscribe to my channel and also like my video. Thank you so much. In the course of making that video, there were things that could easily be noticed, such as things like she didn't mention her husband's name when trying to introduce herself in that particular video. She didn't also wear her ring, her supposed marriage ring. So it made it obvious that there was really trouble in paradise. But going away from that, Churchill now came days later. Like, it's almost like trying to debunk what the lady was saying. He came on later today to write a very lengthy post. I'm going to read this post to you guys. Here is a post, as you can see, on Instagram. He made this post on Instagram 9 hours ago. So I'm going to be reading all of his posts. He said, false divorce claims and public misinformation. Let me address this directly. The report circulating online about a supposed divorce between myself and Rosie Murray are completely false. There is no truth to them, and they should be treated as such. There was no legally recognized marriage. There was no church wedding and no court wedding. What took place was an introduction. Therefore, the idea of a divorce is baseless from the outset. Beyond that, I'm still reading. Beyond that, any legitimate legal process requires that all parties be formally served and given the opportunity to respond. I was never served, so I asked a simple question: what exactly is being presented to the public? And how was it obtained? I am 100% sure that individuals without proper experience in the media space are advising Rosie incorrectly alongside legal practitioners who operate under a mango tree without due process and claim to produce divorce documents within 24 hours. Looking at the alleged hearing and judgment dates, I am left asking, is this even possible? At times, it is necessary to allow a man handle his responsibilities with interference, most especially when you were carried along. That is part of his role and duty. Entering a relationship with a man who already has a child and an existing issue with the child's mother requires understanding that such matters are between the two parties involved. If Tonto offended anyone, it should be me alone, and if I offended anyone, it should be Tonto. However, we have both chosen to forgive each other. Imagine what this guy is saying. Okay, I was okay. What you need my phone number? Please, where are you watching from? Is it varies? Please, where are you watching from? Would you mind telling me? I don't mind sharing my number. What was the purpose of sharing my number, if I may ask, please? It should be we have both chosen to forgive each other. I believe she has changed and is now in a better place. Tonto wronged me, and whatever existed between us was asked to resolve. No one comforted her or fought that battle on my behalf. I do not agree with the narrative that Rosie stood by me in any way that should now be exaggerated. While I acknowledge that she faced public criticism, it is important to state that if she had not been there, someone else would have. Guys, are you guys hearing what this church is saying? See, women, this is a wake-up call for you all. This is a wake-up call. Take it from me. Let me go ahead and finish before we dive into the video. It is important to state that if she had not been there, someone else would have occupied that position. In my life, issues with my relationship should have been left for me to address, including defending her publicly when necessary. Can you imagine what this guy is saying? In all of this, some of the few things I can pick out from these Churchill's, claims he's making is the fact that he's trying to tell us that he never went for Rosie Mureur. Like, he never approached her for a relationship. It was a convenient situation. You know, the kind of situation where someone is always in your space, like always there, like maybe you want to tell like this, she's there. And maybe what Churchill is just trying to say in all of this video is that he never asked Rosie Mureur out to begin with. It was just like a convenient situation whereby someone is available and you just make do of the fact that they're available. This is someone who has been with you for not less than 5 years and had brought 2 kids with you. You went ahead to say you guys were never married. Whereas the whole time, there are actually pictures of videos of them celebrating 1-year anniversary, 2-year anniversary. Like, if there was no marriage, what anniversary are they celebrating? Because it's not even like relationship anniversary. It was like well spelled at that marriage anniversary. Like they kept wishing themselves happy anniversary. So the question I'm asking is, what what sort of anniversary was it? What sort of anniversary was it that they kept celebrating, leading people on? And like, I just feel like whatever Rosemary, whatever woman was out there, I just feel like Rosemary was trying to, save herself some shame and embarrassment. Because with the way everything is going, it's as though maybe Rosemary had given certain people the impression that they were once married. So it's only if there's a separation, it's only normal for her to come around and be like, oh, because if there's a marriage, then there should be a divorce, right? So I just felt like she came around, you know, to give the impression that okay, she was married and now she wants a divorce. And then for you, that guy, to just let her, write and salvage whatever is left of her name, you just came out to embarrass and disgrace her in that manner, to say you guys were never married. So you are trying to say that whoever she has been lying to, that they were married, or saying she's serving divorce papers, they shouldn't even go that route or think in that direction, because in the first place there was never a marriage. Like, women, see the length to which men will go to let you down, to let your guards down, just because they want to vindicate themselves, just because they are thinking of their own self-interest. Like, can you guys just even imagine? Because, tell me why. Yeah, it's okay for you to go ahead. All these things, it's true these couples have had their several back and forths, but I don't think it was that bad, because each time they were having issues and it was about coming online, people always came around. Like when the blogs were about carrying it, they'll go around trying to make videos to prove to the public otherwise that, oh, see, oh, they are doing fine in their relationship. Like, it's okay for you as a man to want to reconnect, or to want to fix issues to your ex-wife and have your child back in your life. The ex-wife here is Tonto Dike. It's okay, because Tonto Dike is now putting on the holier than thou, you know, charisma. She's all changed. She has even gone ahead to remove King from her name. She went ahead to try to reconnect the child and the father and things like that, which are all good. But are you going to do that at the detriment of, like, your estranged wife, which you're currently married to, children? It's almost like you're trying to create a situation where the whole family cannot be together, or you cannot have all your kids and be in good terms with them. It's almost like, because you're letting Tonto Dike in, you're letting the other one out. Like, and for the most part, why do women always like letting men make them have issues among themselves? Because if there's one thing I'll guarantee you today, is the fact that Rosemary and Tonto Dike might never really want to see eye to eye, just because of one person, who is Churchill. They might never want to see. And I keep asking myself, why is it so? How many times have you seen men go ahead to stop talking to their fellow men because of a woman? But you see women doing this all the time. Women are always so quick to go into enmity with another woman because of a man. They're always so quick to fight another woman because of a man. Why is it always like this? Why is it always like this? And I don't think Tonto Dike is doing well in this situation, because yes, it's true, she's trying to reconnect her son with the father, but she's also doing this at the detriment of the man's own relationship with the estranged wife, and also the other kids. Like, why are we women like this? Why do we always feel like we are winning when we put ourselves in situations where we are causing another woman pain? Don't get me wrong, I'm not even in any way trying to buy Rosemary's story or trying to pity her. For me, I feel like whatever she went through, she got it. And for even Churchill to even make statements like, oh, nobody supported him, like when he was going through his ordeal with Tonto Dike, nobody was for him, he went through it himself. Like, that's just you spitting everything Rosemary had to go through because of your marriage to her, because of your affair with her. Everybody had speculated that you she was a reason why you left Tonto Dike. Like everybody, it was indeed a fact that she snatched you from Tonto Dike. And these are some of the things I used to ask you, like, can you really snatch a man from another woman? And those are some of the questions I ask myself, because for a real man who understands or knows what he wants, can, like, he will never allow himself to be snatched. So most times when I just used to hear stories like this, that, oh, women are snatching men from other women, I just laugh, because indeed, me, I know a real man can never be snatched by another woman. That's just what I know, that a real man can never be snatched by another woman. If you as a man, you choose to be with another woman, that's your choice. Nobody snatched anybody. We should stop this thing of always putting the blame on the woman and letting the man go scot-free. What happened to men who consciously abandon their homes, the women they are trying to build life with, the women who have stood for them, to go and start a new family without even looking back and thinking of the consequences? What happened to those men? Each time we are always looking for reasons to blame women. Oh, this woman snatched this man from. No man is a child to be snatched. For a man to allow himself to be taken, or to be like to be in the hands of another woman, is because that's what he wants to do at that point in time. And a lot of times, because women too, they're also selfish, they don't always think also about themselves. That's why a man will come to you, and you even hear stories that, oh, he's married, he has once been married, and things like this. It's not going to bother you. You're going to be like, it's not my business, so long as I'm happy. You're trying to be happy at the expense of another woman's pain. Like, is all of this worth it? At some point, is all of this worth it? That you find yourself, you're in a relationship, because, like, if you look, see the situation Rosemary was in at the time of the breakup or separation with between Tonto Dike and Churchill, like, everyone was blaming her. Everyone made it about her, that she was a major reason why Churchill was leaving. Remember that time they were calling themselves brothers and sisters? Like, everyone blamed her for something she might even be innocent about. Can you just imagine? At the end of the day, women, I feel like we always put ourselves in situations, because when you look at Churchill is a typical manipulator. That's what I make of him. He's a typical manipulator. To be honest, let's be factual here. He's a typical manipulator. Because if you look at the case with Tonto Dike, when he got married to Tonto Dike, when they were having issues, when Tonto Dike came out and was calling him out, like, for everything that she has been going through in that marriage, do you know what that guy came and said? That guy literally said it was not a wedding, that just 4 people attended a wedding. And Tonto Dike even had to go the extra mile to try to bring out, like, evidence, proof that she was indeed married to the man. And it was not just like a parlor wedding. It was a whole event where people came. Music sets were being hired. Canopies were being hired. Caterers were being hired. Just for that man to label it. Like we used to say in our local language here in Cameroon, that with the tea do cocoa do coffee. What Tonto Dike had to deal with, that's what Rosemary is now dealing with. Because for a woman who has born you 2 kids, you guys have stayed for over how many years? For you to come out to say you guys were never married, Like, you could not even save this woman's face in the public. You said you guys were never married. But there were indeed pictures where we saw you guys were dressed in the same attire. You were giving, please, if maybe I might be wrong, oh, but someone should try to indicate to me, when is it during the introduction that they take wine and give to the man to drink? Is it not during the marriage proper? Do they do that during introduction or during the marriage proper? Because I'm confused. I don't know if some of you are confused like myself, but I feel a little bit confused. Now I'll go ahead to read the second post this guy made online. In all of this, I blame just the women, because for a man like that whose life is on the public space, whose life is on the media, that's enough signs and symptoms that even God in heaven is give you guys that this man is no good, is of no good, is nothing to write home about. You know, you guys are still falling for him, and I'm sure there's another woman somewhere who is willing to take their position. I'm very sure. I can literally bet on that. We women, when are we going to start choosing ourselves? When are we going to start wanting better? When? For how long are we going to find ourselves in situations where men will keep using us and then denying us in the end? Because for you to be with a woman 2 kids, just to come and say that we never married. So it's the marriage that matters to you more than saving her dignity as the mother to your kids. You're trying to tell the world that this woman had kids for me out of wedlock. Hi, Emily. Hi. I'm so elated to see you. Where have you been? You've been busy? I was live yesterday, I didn't see you. But it's like you left a comment on my live, or I don't know, on my video later on. What's up? I'm so happy. Emily, please don't be angry. Are you a girl or a boy? So I just want to know. Sorry, no offense, please. Are you a girl? Because sometimes there are men who girl, I don't know, a male or something, and there are women who want to be, very sure. So you are very close to my heart. Yeah. So, like I was saying, let me read this second part of his. Okay, you're a girl. Okay. Girl squad. When is your birthday? Tell me your birthday. I would like to know your birthday. Let me read this. Let me read this second message from Churchill. He wrote, like, he actually posted 2 write-ups today at 2 different times. Then he now went on to say, from the beginning, the major narrative pushed online was that she took someone else's partner and was friends with that person. At least she even came to the woman's, to Rosy's defense for once. This is not true. She was never friends with Tonto, and Tonto herself never made such a claim before I met Rosie. These were purely online speculation, and I understand that this was a major source of distress to her. At least for once, this man even went ahead to stand for this girl. And mind you, for the past years that Rosie Mureur has been, going through these backlashes, there is no day Churchy has come online to say, no, let me come to the defense of my woman. Like, let me come and grant maybe a press conference or do a pre-recorded video to explain certain things to the clarity of everyone. He has never done this. Each time, even recently, who was Imore that came out to say, oh, I'm 32. My birthday was even last week. Is it last week? Tuesday. Yeah. It was not such a good day for me. A lot happened that day, but we still thank God. Yeah. Maybe sometime in the future I'll say that story. But it is what it is. The important thing is I'm a year older and wiser. At least for one thing I'm grateful about is the fact that I was able to start my content creation journey. I mean, that's, for me, that's enough birthday already for me. That's enough a birthday gift for me. So continue reading this. Rosie allowed online pressure to influence her decision, and she also listened to individuals who lack proper understanding of media space. Unfortunately, some people project their own failures onto others and offer misguided advice. Yes, it's true, some people project their own failures on others. Church is right here. But what do you mean by she allowed online pressure? Like, do you think it's easy? What that girl was going through, do you think it's easy for her to maneuver? Do you think, like, most times you say you want to ignore, you want to, like, how can I say, behave as though it's not, like, some of those things are not getting, like, but for how long? Especially when it keeps coming back. Especially when, and for each time Tonto Dike celebrated a child's birthday, there were always controversies. Like this lady, like in this situation, Rosemary is not a saint. You guys should not get me wrong. She's not a saint. And I'm not even buying into whatever. She deserves whatever she's going through now. But I think it's about time we also call out this man, because what is even getting me more angry now is the fact that people are trying to, throw backlashes at the woman. And the way they are going at a woman is almost like they're glorifying the man. I don't know if, like, nobody's really, especially the fact that him and Tonto Dike are like on a good term. So like the grace people are giving Tonto Dike, they are somehow sharing it with this man, and that's what is pissing me off right now, because you guys are not seeing that this man is a villain in all of this story. This guy is a manipulator. Churchill is a real big time manipulator. You come to women, you do whatever you want to do with them, and then at the end of the day, you're telling people it was just a 4-day marriage. He did that. It was just a 4 people wedding. He did that in the case of Tonto Dike. Now he's coming again to say that his marriage, or he was never married to Rosie More. After they are celebrated years of anniversaries, whatever. How old are you? Can you send? I said I'm 32. 32. Said I'm 32 years old. And you? So, like I was saying, like, I don't think Churchill should go scot-free in all of this, because the whole time he has succeeded to manipulate these women. You find out that they could have been good industry friends. Like, not necessarily close friends, but at least colleagues, to a large extent, being able to, talk to each other, or, do a movie together or something. But because of the fuel that is going on, like these two women, they're almost like sworn enemies because of one man. And this is what is actually pissing me to my bone marrow. This is what is pissing me off. Because in all of this, the man seemed to be glorified. The man seemed to be walking away a free man, a happy man. He gets whatever he wants at whatever time he wants. Before he could even leave Tonto Dike at the time, Rosemore was already there to fill in the gap. Now Rosemore is about leaving, Tonto Dike is already there. And people are also speculating that there are high chances of him and Tonto Dike getting back together. Well, for me, after all that have been said about Churchill by that same Tonto Dike, if she has to go back to that man, then it means really she's not a woman of her words, or she's not one to like, in fact, I don't know what to say at this point, because with the way I'm seeing they are moving, like Tonto Dike going all out, taking Churchill's first daughter and her son out, like all that thing, is it necessary? You have made peace with your ex-husband. You have reconnected him and his son. That's there to, you know what? Sorry guys, sorry, I had a bad network. My network interrupted. Let me read this last part of his write-up, and then we make final conclusions and run up this life. He said, as a man, it is my responsibility to fix what needs to be fixed. At least for once, he even took accountability. and to be sure that all my children know one another and live in unity. But their actions are proving otherwise. Do you think Rosemary, with the fact that you have gone to reconnect with Tonto Dike, do you think Rosemary will ever bring her kids where Tonto Dike's children are? I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. I don't. That's my personal opinion. I don't think. He said, who prays to be replaced in their child's life? Who expects another man to step in as a father during a child's 10th birthday celebration? The next time my child is being celebrated, I will be present. I understand that there is a lot going on. I take responsibility and I'm aware that there is still much work to be done. That's what this man is saying. Like, guys, can you imagine? That's what Churchill is saying. Like, if in the first place you respect the woman you got married to, right? Let's just say I have a man now and he has kids outside, or he has a kid with some woman outside, and he's trying to reconnect with that woman. Isn't it just going to be right for him to carry me along, for him to give me that respect as the woman in his life, and carry me along and be like, see, this is what I'm about to do. Can you be part of this process? Not for once he did that to Tonto Dike, to Rosemary. It's almost like he went behind her to reconcile with the ex-wife, and he was almost like, damn it, I don't care about this woman. I just want, you know. And these are the mistakes men make every day. Now you have gone and reconnected with Tonto Dike and your first son. You are disconnecting with the second one, with Rosemary and the other children. So in essence, what are you like? In essence, what are you even saying? Or what are you doing? Do you think that's smart or wise enough of you as a man? In all of this story, there is no way this man is going free. He's guilty as such. And the earlier he takes accountability, just like he mentioned, the better. Because he's always trying to look for that woman who will take the blame. In every situation, it's even for this one time that he has even come and said, okay, he's taking accountability. For all those other times, there was never a day he took accountability. Never. It's always the women. It's always their fault. Anyways, guys, we are going to call it a day. Yeah. I remain Lisa's opinion. And I share my opinion on trending topics. And women, this is a story for you to learn from. That there is no need trying to prove a point to a man. Allow a man do what he has to do. If you have to stay in that marriage with him, allow him. All these things where you are too fast forward about things, because suddenly Churchy is now saying he did just introduction that he was never married to that woman, to Rosemary. Look at what that man is saying. But this is a woman who stood by you. This is a woman who went through backlashes for you. And in all of this, what she gets is the fact that you were never married to her. Put yourself in her shoe. Women, learn from this. Never be too forward about things. Allow a man make things crystal clear. If a man has to get married to you, allow him get married to you. Don't put yourself in that position or situation where it's almost like you're forcing him to, because men are fond of this. When it's good, they'll be like, oh, I love this woman, blah, blah, blah. But when it start going bad, they'll start telling everyone how you forced them into a marriage you're never prepared for. So always allow the man be forward about what he wants. Allow him make the first move. Allow him do the needful. There is no need rushing and start living with a man when he has not made his intentions clear, when he has not done the needful. Okay, because even for someone like Churchill, who actually, there was actually a ceremony when it comes to Tonto Dike's own case. There was actually a ceremony, yet he went down to water that event, saying it was just a 4 people gathering. So you can imagine what kind of man that Churchill is. You can imagine. Anyways, this will be all for now. I remain Lisa's opinion. Thank those of you who watched this live with me, and for those of you who come later to watch the live, please do well to subscribe and like my channel so you too can keep recommending my videos to other people. Thank you.